Hi, my name is Daylin St. John, and I'm going to be talking about the video, my reflection to the video of unity and diversity. I have to say this is about my fourth time to start this video over, so I hope I get it right this time and that you enjoy it. A little bit about me is that this is my first year, this last year of 18-19, the school year, was my first year to teach in a school system. I started out the year as a preschool aide, and then I got moved to the lead teacher in a preschool classroom. And I have to say that it was a big difference for me from going to an aide to a teacher, just for the fact that, that's what my heart wanted to do and everything, but just to see the difference that I've noticed that whenever I grew up as a kid to what kids have to grow up in today, I guess I just didn't realize it. I was fortunate enough to have students who come from a Hispanic background, students that, have just moved here from another town, and students that, just are wanting to be a kid, I guess you could say. Unfortunately, this day and time, some kids just don't get the chance of being a kid, and I made it my goal as a teacher to be a positive encouragement to them, and watching this video has really helped me to hopefully be able to encourage my students this next year, this coming year, and the importance of being united in one. A little more about me is my brother has recently adopted a biracial child, and living in the small community that we do, there's people that talk of, well, he's a different color and that he's not the same, and the way I look at it is every child is the same. My favorite quote by Dr. Seuss, my classroom is done in Dr. Seuss, but is that a person's a person no matter how small. It doesn't matter what a kid comes from or how they interact in a school system. They're still there. They're there to learn, and some of them just need that encouragement from their teacher. The first question was, it says, why are all these scenarios worthwhile or valid for you within your areas that you are hoping to teach? The scenarios really encouraged me to realize that there are many other school systems that are like mine, that I work for, that have a diverse in race and just a diversity. I jotted down, I said, all places in the school system have a need for teachers who support unity in their classroom and in their school district. During the beginning of the video, I really liked how the teacher talked about the community, and she said that they went from like the world to the United States, I think it was to the state, and then to the community. And then she had the child to read the definition of a community, and I said and he said the community is a group of people who live with a common interest, and that is how we can relate to one another. I think in a classroom setting, it is so important for us to be able to connect and to relate to our students. And if you need to, do a little more research on their background and where they come from. Later in the video, it talked about how Christmas, and how that in all different areas, Christmas is, whether it's, well, I went blank, but like all around the world, Christmas is just a meaning of light. That's what the holiday represents, is a meaning of light. So I think that these scenarios will help me to be able to reach out to all the different holidays and to just creating a unity inside my classroom, and hoping that my kids will be able to understand what a community is and how that we can come together to be one. The next question says, What are the intermittent speakers bringing out in their personal reflection that apply to teaching through a lens of cultural responsiveness? I said some, and I wrote down. I said some teachers or some of the speakers mentioned how they grew up in a cultural diverse system, and how they want to be an encouragement to people in their classroom and out of the classroom. And I think that just, seeing those teachers come from the background and want to be teachers and want to teach their students the diversity and how it's all going to be okay, and that how we all learn the same, is really important. The next question says, how does the video teach you about diversity in regards to language or disabilities? In my classroom this last year, I had a student who was who had autism, and the first few weeks in my classroom, I thought, I prayed. I was like, how in the world am I going to get this student to be able to be responsive and take something from what I teach in preschool? But the more I prayed, the more I realized that he's already learning. I have to figure out ways for him to be interactive and in part of the class. I said everyone is a learner, no matter their ability or disability. We as teachers should encourage and devote time in making sure our students, no matter their language and cultural or disability difference, we should encourage them to learn. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks.